Hi everyone, welcome back. So today I thought about doing something totally different, way outside of my comfort zone, but I think it's going to be fun. So I've decided let's do some wedding, or rather Gothic inspired wedding nails. Because why the hell not? So I'm going to be using these tips. They are from Temu. There's 240 pieces, 12 sizes, and it doesn't say, but I think it's the medium coffin. There's two of them. Let's just do this. So it's not that long. It is pre-etched. Quality is not really that bad, but you're going to have to use, if you're using these tips on yourself or on a client, you're going to have to use a reconstruction gel or a builder in a bottle just to give it a bit more strength. But it's not bad. So we'll be using these. But since this is only a practice nail, or practice nails, I'm not going to prep or use builder or anything like that. I'm just going to start. So I've already added a base coat to each of these, and then I cured. So these two won't be our accent nails, but this one will be. So let's get started. I'm going in with a black on two of these nails. So if you are using a black, please remember to use thin coats only. Black is very pigmented and it will wrinkle on you. So rather apply 2 layers, thin layers on a nail, and it's not wrinkling on you, then apply, if you apply just one thick layer, it's going to wrinkle. And you won't be able, you might not be able to fix it. So rather go in with 2 layers, thin layers. You can always build up the color, like I say, just by adding another layer, but thin layers, like so. And I'm going to do the exact same thing on our accent now, and then I'm going to cure. On the other nail, I'm going to be using a darker, like a maroonish type of red. This one is from Miss Summer. This is from a local shop, but you can use any red you like. Again, with more pigmented colors, it's safer to use like a thin layer. Apply only a thin layer, and rather do 2 coats than 1 thick layer and it wrinkles on you. And I'm going to cure, and we can move on to the next step. So it's been fully cured. On the black nail and on the maroonish type one, I'm going to add a matte top coat and cure again. So this nail and that one has been matte top coated and cured. So now I'm going to use my Born Pretty transfer foil glue. I'm going to add a little bit to my palette. I'm going to use a fine liner brush. Going halfway and just draw my French smile line to where I want it. And since we're only doing this halfway, like so. Now you will see that the part I just added a shiny, so that's where I know where the foil should be going. It's not going to stick onto the matte top coat, so that's fine. It's only going to be sticking to where I put the job, the foil job. Okay, so on this one, we're doing again French, but only the line to where I want the French to be, so right about there. Okay, once you are happy, you can cure for 60 seconds and then we'll be adding some foil. Now we can just add our foil. If there is any foil on the nail, you can just wipe it away. So for these two, I'm going to apply a little bit of a glass top coat just over the stripes, because I want this part of the nail to remain matte. I only want to protect the foil. If you do not protect the foil, it will rub off eventually, so seal it in by using a top coat. I'm going to use a glossy one because, like I said, I want that part to be shiny. Okay, so before we finish these two, let's start with our accent now. I'm going to take a little bit of the maroonish color and apply it to the nail. Now taking a sponge, I'm going to just massage it into the nail. Now you can't see very well the color at that stage, but it's fine. We will add some more to build up the color just a little bit. We do want the color to be a bit more vibrant, so let's add a little more. Now, I'm not covering the cuticle area. I do want the black to shine through there, and not at the side walls. I'm not covering totally either, because I do want the black shining through or showing through. So I'm going to keep this secure, and then I'm going to do the exact same thing until I'm happy with the color. I'm sorry, my camera died. Let me try again. So I've applied the red to this tip. Taking some isopropyl alcohol, removing it from the foil, because we don't want the red to be on the foil, directly on the foil, so just wipe it off. And I'm going to cure. I'm going to do this 3 times. I'm going to add a little bit of the bright red to my palette as well. Just to add some extra dimension to our nail and to this one as well. So I'm taking my accent now, dipping in the bright red, only in the middle. I think we need a little bit more, so let's just do this. I'm probably going to repeat this 2 or 3 times as well. So this is what our nail is looking like now. So to this one I'm going to add a matte top coat and cure, and let's just finish this one real quick. So at the base of the nail I still have some red left on my sponge, so I'm just going in just to add a little bit of dimension. And then on the other side I'm going to pick up some black. At the thread edge I'm just going to tap tap tap. And I'm going to cure. So on our accent nail I'm going to use fine liner brush, some more of the foil glue gel to create yet another smile line, but this time it should be going up to there. So I do want it to go with in a pointy shape. Just no. Okay, that's better. Let me just wipe that one away. Before I cure. I'm just using some isopropyl alcohol to clean up the line where I want it to be. If you don't do this, the foil will stick to where you don't want it to be. So make sure to remove everything you don't want it, where you don't want it to be, rather. Once you're happy, you can just cure. So I'm just going to add the foil. If need be, you can always touch up where it missed, like there and there, and you can cure again and just add more foil. And there we go. Now you can keep it as is, or you can add some rhinestones and charms, which I'm going to do just now, but you can keep it like this as well. I'm hoping you can see. Yeah, okay, there you can see. So let's add some charms. So I'm going to use my Born Pretty nail tips gel. This works well for tips and to adhere charms and things. So let's add some charms. So to this one, I think I might add like a golden small butterfly. So if your small line isn't perfect or crisp enough, you can still hide it. I know it's called cheating, but okay. Just move it to where I want it. Perfect. I'm just going to flash cure in between so it stays in place. So on this one, I think let me just move it to where I want it. Oh yeah. I'm going to flash cure again. Now for this one, the accent now, I want this piece to go up to there. And then maybe here. Now if this was on a person's hands or my own, like I'm not a person, but anyway, you get what I'm saying, this will be a lot more secure. But since no one is going to be wearing these, I might as well save some product, I think. Okay, so this one should be going over there. there. Just so now I'm not touching the glue, it's on the nail. I'm just moving the charm about. Okay, and I'm going to flash cure our Gothic inspired wedding inspo nails. So this was really out of my comfort zone. I hope you like them. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe and to share. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and there's a live on Saturday. So thank you. Bye.